Welcome to the video. In this, I'll be sharing all the ways and all the steps how to change a source. Okay, in how where we can go and change the source if our source path or location has changed. Then how can we can update that as well? For this particular PBI, what I've done, I have imported the data, and if you want to see, then I'll show the current path in which it's located. You can see it's located in F drive study. This is the current path. Okay, so it's problem solution Prasant underscore April March 2020. Okay, and this is the current path. If I go, yeah, and what I do, I will just cut and paste it in here. I've just created a new blank folder and I've just moved it. You can move anywhere. Okay, just it's an example that location is changed of that particular file. Okay, so if I refresh it, yeah, it's moved. It's no longer it's there. So if I refresh this, then in ideal case it should get error out because the location has changed. It's taking time. So you can see it has error out because it's saying that location has changed. So this is it's so far it's successful. Now we'll close this. There are many ways to change the source. First thing what you can do, if you have imported the data, then what you need to do is, let me just expand this, it will be better for you to view. Yeah, in the transform section you see data source setting. You go there, and in the change source, copy the location, new location which where the data is sitting, and you can browse from here or you can directly paste the path here. Let's browse it. And you can open. So you can see our data is there, new folder, and you can just OK and close. And if I refresh it now, it should work fine. So you can see the data is loading. So all the data connection has been successful and it's loaded. So this is the first way, one way, and the one of the easiest way to change the source. If the file which has been linked is moved to some other location. Okay. Now let's make more one folder here and try to, you can place it anywhere. Data 1 2. I cut from here and paste it here. Let me just check. There is no data here, and we have data in data 1 2. So that was the first way to change. The second way, similar functions of this data source setting you can find in the file options and settings, and you can find your data source setting here as well. It's the same function. Okay, it's the same function. You can see once you hover the mouse, it also says that manage setting for your data source. If you click here, it will give you the same window. You can go to change source and you can change the source. Okay. Now the next way of doing changing the source is that you can go to the query editor. Okay. In query editor, what you can do in this uh, data source setting is there, same option. It's not different. Just go to change source and you can browse and use, and you can change your location. You can also change the file name as well, but keep in mind that the data inside that file, if for example earlier you had file name ABC and now you have you have changed the file name as XYZ, then what you should do, you should import that file and keep in mind that all the columns name should be same. You import that file and delete the previous one and rename it here to ABC. So now coming to the original topic. So we want to change the here. So what we can do, it's a bit lengthier here. What now I'm going to show. We have three datas. Okay. So we need to change only for these two because this one is uh, automatically driven by these two tabs, these two queries. So what you can do, you can see here source is there on applied steps. Just on the right hand side of the source there is a gear icon. Click on that gear icon and it will open a window, and then you can browse that and you can navigate and go to that particular file and open. Okay. So yeah. So for example, if I we have only linked this one, but the link for this is broken. So if I refresh, then in ideal case this should get error out data sheet. So let me just show you that what happens if I go. You can see there's an error. Directly you can go to the source and gear icon and you can change the file location here as well. Instead of that, you can also do is go to the error, click here, and it will automatically show you edit option, as well as it will take you to the source. You can click here as well, or you can just click on source gear icon, and then you can select the file, navigate to the folder and select the file and click open and okay. It will be just come back to the last uh, applied step. So you can see this is how you can fix your locations if you want to change the location. Okay, this was the second type. Now the third type, and which is the very advanced one, and it's recommended that if you have a knowledge, at least basic knowledge of M language, then only you should work on this. Okay, so go to the advanced editor and be careful because even a slight space or not a space, even a comma added or removed from the here can affect your entire Power BI. So if you have changed the location, so first of all copy the location here, and then you can need to this paste it here. Okay, and then make sure that file name is same, data file name is same. Okay, and then once it is done, just click let me just show you by changing the file location itself. Discard. So let me just move the file from this to again to the data, just to make sure that location has changed. And if I check this, yes, it's blank. Okay, fine. Even then let me refresh all. You can see it has error out because the file is not existing. Earlier the file was in the data 1 2 folder, and currently it's not sitting there. So what we can do, we can go to the advanced editor, select the query, and then just copy the location and just overwrite it and paste it here, and that's all. It's done. This one is fixed automatically. Now if I go to this one, this advanced editor, and the same process you need to repeat here as well. 1 2 and enter, and done. One more thing I want to just tell you: if you make any mistake here, then you can see I haven't made any mistake, so it's telling me at the bottom no syntax error has been detected. For example, if I remove this, or if I if but coincidentally if you change anything here, then what it will do, it will show you that there is a syntax error. For example, if I remove comma from this, so you can see it's showing us an error. So it's also highlighted a red you can say bar at the extreme right. So this is a very helpful tip while working on the advanced editor. And done, and it is complete. So these are the ways you can change the source setting. And for those if there is frequently frequently the source, if you want to change the source frequently, for example daily or monthly wise you are changing, or weekly wise you are changing, and you don't want to navigate to this many places, so there's also more one way, that you need to create a parameter. So let's create a parameter here, and manage parameter. You can also click on the new parameter. From this you can select new, and then you need to give the name. So a location change is my name. Okay, and then description you can write as per your understanding that what it is. It's optional. And then in types you can any um, this manage parameter is used for multiple purposes, for schedule refresh and many other things. So whichever purpose it is serving, you can select below. But currently we just want to have any, or you can select just text. So any is fine. And in suggestions, any value. We don't want list of values query. We want only any value. Okay. And in current value, what we will do, we will just copy and paste here, and then slash okay, again let me move this one from here, so that when we refresh it gets error out and we fix that. Okay. Uh, this slash and file name. Okay, at the bottom. And okay, you can see our parameter has been created. Now what I'll do, I will now refresh. Remember we have changed the location, so ideally these two also get error out. Yeah, it's got error out. It's giving us same that there is a location error. So what we'll do, we already have stored our path here with file name. What I'll do, I'll go here, and then source setting. You have to do this that just once. Here in the ABC, you can click, there's a small drop down, and select parameter. If you have multiple parameters, then you have to select from the drop down. Currently we have only one, so it's automatically taken the one which we have. Or if you have multiple, then you have to select it from the drop down and click OK, and our data is there. And in same goes here in the source setting, drop down parameter, OK. So this is how you can do. If you are changing it next time when the file changing, then you can just drop the location and the file name here and refresh it. It will automatically update the entire Power BI. Okay, so there is, so what I think for most of viewers, that if your source is changing frequently on daily or weekly basis or monthly basis, then use this manage parameter option. This is much better and easy way to update the your source. Let's apply. Hope this topic was clear. So this was all in this video. Hope whatever I have covered is clear, and hope you like the video. Thank you and take care.